but I was just super confused going into it because I remember them explaining it because last year they had the Casino Battle Royal, and they had like the different entrances where they'd have like multiple people come at a time. I was not a big fan of that just because it was just kind of confusing to me. But in this case, they started with 2 people, but I guess they say that they could win the match at any time, which I guess that kind of makes it better.
See, that's what I didn't like.
Well, no, I get that. It is still kind of confusing, but I thought at least it was better that way because I'm like, wait a minute, are they just going to fight and then just have entrance and then the ladder match starts there? Because that seems kind of weird too.
That would have been very TNA.
Yeah, no, that would be worse than what they ended up doing here.
Yeah, but I still didn't like the stipulation because I felt like, well, you can win the match before someone else even gets in it. Like, it's very like...
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I agree it's not great, but I just,
Yeah, but...
I'm glad at least I figured that part out.
They would start off and wrestle for a bit, and then who would come out third?
Yeah,
it was...
every 2 minutes there's a new entry. The first out would be Kip Sabian.
Yeah, with Penelope Ford and...
Jimmy
Havoc. Yep, Jimmy Havoc would end up attacking from behind with a ladder, Scorpio Sky and Kazarian. He'd hit them with the ladder, and then Sabian would get in the ring, and they'd attack them both, and basically just be heels.
I guess they kind of had to do it that way in a sense because it's like you got the 2 faces in Scorpio Sky and Kazarian, and you got the babyface tag team. So it's like, how is the heel going to take them like 2-on-1?
Yeah, this was a good way to do it.
So I guess they kind of had to have Jimmy Havoc involved.
Also,
in this
the problem is you didn't want a situation where the tag team beats up on a guy when the tag team is supposed to be face.
Yeah, because it's like it's one guy if you have like this it's like a big guy entering and he's like this force or whatever. And like they just have to like work together like in order to take him out. But no, it's like when you have Kip Sabian like coming in, or like it's just like I guess you gotta kind of like even the odds a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just them being heels. The next enter would be Darby Allin.
Darby would immediately get in the ring and start doing crazy shit.
Yeah, he'd hit a suicide dive on Sabian.
Yeah, he had that.
Tope Suicida.
Yeah, and then he did a move that I didn't really like. This it took him out for the majority of the match. Oh
yeah, I know he did that.
First he would he'd move the barricade closer to the ring and put the ladder on the balancing on the ladder in the ring apron.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would attack Kazarian and hit him with the skateboard, which just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was just it was just under the ring or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. And then he'd take that, he'd put him on top of the ladder, and he'd go for a move which everyone knew he wasn't going to hit because it would have, destroyed Kazarian.
Yeah.
He jumped on his skateboard and went to ride it out, so he then climbed another ladder and went to land on the one he had Kazarian on, and I don't know, he pretended like his knee hurt, and this pretty much took him out for the entire match.
Yeah, until, the very end.
Mm-hmm. And then, so who's the next participant?
So the next participant from there would actually be Orange Cassidy.
Who would immediately go over to Excalibur, JR, and Tony Schiavone and ask, how do you win the match?
Yeah. The next Excalibur would be kind of annoyed with him. He's like, we've already been told this 200 times.
Yeah, you have to climb the ladder, which he didn't want to do because he's lazy.
Yeah.
JR didn't like it either.
Yeah, he basically just looks annoyed, and he was in no rush to get into the match. He'd even try to jump for it, and then he'd try to get he tried to just put the ladder on the ground, then try to jump on the ladder.
It was so stupid.
It was, but it's I guess it's Orange Cassidy, and he's in this match, so it's kind of you knew they had to get his gimmick in there, and humor and whatnot.
The next participant would be Colt Cabana.
Yeah, so Colt Cabana would go in the ring and
try to help Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Or pretend to.
Uh-huh. And then eventually he'd shove him out of the ring. Then he'd set up the ladder himself. He'd climb up, and then Sabian would pull him down. And then Cabana would get shoved into the corner. And then it actually looks like he hurt his fingers when that had happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But his fingers there.
That spot could have been brutal. The one where he landed in the corner.
Oh yeah, no, that could have been worse than it was.
I remember thinking it was, like, when he first landed, and then he sold the fingers and all that. It's just funny to see Colt Cabana wrestle for a major promotion in 2020.
Yeah. No, but great for him, though. It's always great seeing him.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, he's going to be very good backstage for people.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nice guy. Everybody likes him except for CM Punk. And then you have...
At least now.
Yeah, you have some other stuff there. And then who would come out after Colt?
Joey Janela.
Joey Janela.
He died.
I'm not...
Oh, sorry, you go.
I just want to say that I'm not a big Joey Janela fan, so I want to be quiet here because if I do talk, I'll probably just bash him, and I don't want to do that.
All right, so he'd enter, then he'd dive off the stage in SCU, then he'd leap off of a ladder and take out Sabian. So basically, he actually had an interesting strategy when he got in here because he just tried to take out all the people who had already entered. So I guess smart. And then Cabana, while this is going on, he's trying to set up a ladder, but then Janelle would hit a drop kick off the top rope. Then Kazarian would dump him out of the ring, and then Janelle would grab a chair and he'd whack him Kazarian in the back. And then Scorpio Sky would take the chair away. Then he'd hit Janelle over the back with it. The next to enter this would be number 8, Luchasaurus.
Love Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus is great. So
and he's just so... It's so crazy how agile and athletic he is for his size. Every time I see him, that's all I can think.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so...
Just how good he is. But, so what would he come in and do?
He'd kick the ladder into Sabian, and then he'd chop Janelle in the chest, and he'd headbutt Cabana, then he'd do the spinning knee strikes to Sky. Yeah, he's got some good kicks and some good strikes.
He does.
And then he'd
have a really good spot. He'd have a really good spot later with a number 9 participant where they would kind of go back and forth with strikes, and that was really good.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind seeing that matchup one week on Dynamite.
Yeah.
So then, we haven't even gotten to him yet, but yeah. So then he'd do the spinning knee strike to Sky. Then he'd powerbomb Sabian out to the floor onto the group of wrestlers outside of the ring, and then he'd do a kick to Kazarian, and then he'd hit a chokeslam to him on a ladder. And then another one in the middle of the ring, and then Darby Allin would come back finally, and then he'd get up on
one
the
leg.
Yep. And then he'd get up on the middle rope and he'd hit a code red on Luchasaurus.
Yep, and then he'd go to climb the ladder.
And then here is when the final participant would enter at number 9. And that man
mystery participant
would be none other than the Machine, Brian Cage, making his AEW debut.
Which I think a lot of people assumed he was going to be number 9 in this match.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that.
Well, because the problem was, if you're going to do a mystery, it couldn't have been any of the WWE guys who got released because they have their 90-day clause.
Yeah.
Where they can't wrestle for a competitive company for that long.
Yeah, so I was really wondering, who else could it be then?
And it was him, and let me tell you, he came out of the gate looking like a monster. Also, interesting point, I want to point this out before we go any deeper. He's going to be paired with Taz.
I know, I didn't see that pairing coming.
I'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, because I get the story here because I guess Darby was in the ring by himself, and then Brian Cage comes out and everything. And of course, later on, Brian Cage would take him out of the picture before he'd climb up the ladder at the end. But I guess it's I get the story here because I remember for the last couple of weeks, Taz was trying to get a word with Darby, and he was basically saying he could offer him advice, and Darby kind of blew him off. So he wouldn't listen to him. So I guess now he has Brian Cage who will listen to him, and he'll be in his corner now. So yeah.
And then in this match, Brian Cage would later go on to kill Darby Allin, so that was nice. But
yeah, Brian Cage looked good in this.
Brian Cage, when he comes out of the gate here, looks like a monster. He beats the crap out of everyone.
Yeah, he takes out everyone in sight. But then eventually they'd all kind of like team up to take him down.
Well, first the funny spot was he was climbing the ladder and Orange Cassidy jumped on his back.
Yeah. Then he was climbing. Then he was climbing the ladder while he was on his back, and then all the wrestlers would all come in there and try to pull him down.
But that just shows how strong he is. It took all 8 other guys beating down on him to take him out.
Yeah, and he still had a guy in his back.
Yep. And then they, after they take him out, they drag him outside, and they put guardrails on him.
They put some of the giant casino chips on him.
Yep, they took forever. And I'm like, wow, they are really building him up as this, like...
Yeah. Although you knew eventually he was going to power out of that.
Yeah, I knew as soon as he came in, he was winning the match.
Oh, yeah. And I got the feeling that the mystery guy was going to win regardless. But yeah, it's like I saw as Brian Cage. I'm like, well, he's got to win this.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because it appears he's going to be a heel as well.
Well, that's probably why they put him with Taz.
Well, yeah.
To talk for him.
Seems like they have like a lot of manager wrestler pairings and stuff, which I'm not complaining about because...
Hey, the manager's a lost art in pro wrestling.
I know. I think AEW is actually trying to bring it back.
Being a manager is... And the thing is, if you're a heel... And I didn't watch a lot of Impact Wrestling and Brian Cage. Is he a good talker?
He worked as a face in Impact, so he could kind of get by with like not being like much of a talker. But he was a hell of a talent, so he could just get by and it never really like mattered.
See, but you can't do that and be a heel. That's the...
Yeah.
So if they're going to make him a heel, he needs somebody that can... And honestly, I like... Taz is really good at... Taz can talk about him like he's this badass,
Well, Taz knows how to cut a promo.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm really excited for this pairing, and we'll see how it goes. But so after he gets thrown under, there'd be some other spots. People be fighting all around the ring and in the ring, basically. And then, were there any big spots between this and when Brian Cage broke out of his person?
I do remember there was a spot where Kazarian was trying to do this... I think he was trying to do like a Hurricane Rana off the ladder, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, there were... was it in this match? Oh, it was in this match, but we'll get to that. So, Brian Cage breaks out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he gets in the ring, and is this when he has the sparring session with Luchasaurus?
Yes, that was great.
This was awesome. Them going back and forth with their hits. That was awesome.
That's why I said I want to see this match at some point.
Yeah, because they were going back and forth and flipping and doing all this crap, and it was really cool to see. I really liked that.
Yeah, no, that was probably like my favorite part of the match.
Now,
that and the finish here.
Did it come yet, or the botch with Darby Allin at the corner on the ladder?
I think it already had.
Okay, because I just want to mention that. That was a pretty bad botch. They had to cut away.
Yeah.
Because if you saw, the ladder was starting to fall, and Cage had to catch him and then re-put him on top of the ladder.
Yeah.
And now that's when Cage lifted the ladder, remember?
Uh-huh.
With him under it.
Yeah, because he hit him with the drill claw. And then Taz would come back out to ringside. Then he'd watch Cage as he put him on the ladder. And then he'd just toss it to the outside with him on it.
That looked brutal.
Yeah, he just military pressed him over the top with the ladder to the floor.
So, obviously, I think this means because I would assume Cage is not going to get his title shot until the next pay-per-view, which is September 5th.
Yeah, that would be All Out.
So I'd assume that his first feud is going to be Darby Allin.
Yeah, I mean, the story's already here, I guess, with Taz, so you could just work off of it right here.
Yep, but so obviously after that he climbed the ladder, grab it, and Brian Cage is the new number one contender for the AEW World title. They would face either Brody Lee or Jon Moxley, depending on who would win their match later.
Yes, good, very good point there. I guess the only other thing I can say about this that I liked is I like that they put a chip above the ring and not like a contract, like a briefcase or something. So it's a bit different, I guess.
Yep. Another thing I'll say is my only complaint with this match was I thought it went a bit long.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it could have been shorter. and the
We still
the
little.
rules didn't. Yeah, like 5 minutes.